Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life.
Hi, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. Excited to do this today, Ann. Should be fun.
I know, I'm excited to get into it.
All right, let's do it. What's your high?
My high this week is that I actually got a chance to go up and visit my bestie, old college roommate on Sunday. We had to fit it into like a weird Sunday, Monday, but it was great. We went up, we had a full day to just hang out and catch up, and we have been trying to plan this. She lives about 5 hours away from me, so we've been trying to plan this for a while, and it was great. It's just good for the soul to kind of hang out with good friends, lifelong friends. So
What'd you guys do?
we did all of the simple things that just bring me joy. We just did a long walk. We went and got coffee. We got a pedicure, just kind of hung out. She is 8 months pregnant, about ready to pop. So it was just kind of to go up, hang out, not do anything too crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we've been trying to do this before the baby comes, because after the baby, I'll obviously go up and meet the baby, but it's just a little bit different of a visit. So it's like, let's just hang out, relax. And
Totally.
it was great.
How was the drive? I don't know. I'm at the stage of motherhood where like, give me a car ride by myself and I'm happy as a clam.
100%. That's kind of how I felt. It was a 5-hour drive, and sometimes people would be like, oh, that sounds like a lot. I'm like, I listened to podcasts. I got my coffee. I got some snacks. It was great. I enjoyed my ride. Like, I don't want to say more, but I enjoyed the ride a lot.
How dirty do you go with the snacks in the road trip?
I tried to go somewhat clean, but I did like the Archer's, meat stick. And my kids have been eating this Lovebird snack cereal. It's like Lovebird has cereal, but they like actually have a snack version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I stole a couple packs of those, which were delicious, by the way. And then on
I've
the
never
way
had
back,
those.
I got the like long pretzel rods, the pretzel stick rods.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. I just need something to munch on. I started to get a little tired on my drive back. So it was like it keeps me entertained. So
Yeah.
good.
You know, my dirty road trip is I love a pepperoni combo. I mean,
I used to love those.
I never eat them except for
a road trip.
It's like I save it,
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't touch that. I wouldn't buy that at the store ever.
But a road trip, you can do it
in that medium-sized bag at an airport, or well, I added airport there because I sometimes will do it at the airport. But mostly
so basically
car
just
trip.
travel for you, our car trip.
Totally.
It feels a little dirtier on a plane. I'm not sure why, but in a car, it's totally acceptable for me.
Well, you know why it's filthy on the plane is because it stinks. Like there's
Yeah,
a
it
very
smells
specific
a weird pepperoni aroma. Yeah, not real ingredient pepperoni aroma coming from
It's not a tuna sandwich, but it's a
never want to be that person.
Never.
Oh, I do. I almost just feel like calories don't count in the car. I don't know why. It's just
Totally.
That's I tried to be good this time, at least a little bit. And we had like dinner planned right when I got there. So like I was trying not to like overdo it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. It was a great visit. I got into Tom Segura's podcast too. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but the comedian.
No, I think that's right. Yeah. He's hilarious.
Yes, he's so funny. I started to listen to his podcast on the way up, and I've heard a little bit here and there, but I listened to like a straight like 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and I was rolling. I was like cracking up by myself.
What's the format of his? I haven't heard that one.
It's honestly, he has a guest and just talking. It doesn't even feel like there's a real topic. They kind of just shoot the shit and like goes from there. And they're all so funny.
Like he has other comedians on?
Yeah. The ones I listened to were mostly comedians. His wife pops on. I think she helps mostly on every podcast, but she only speaks on a few. But, it's just they have a funny dynamic. They're just, I don't know. I found it very entertaining.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I sometimes, but I kind of appreciate it because he just doesn't give a shit. Like, you can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. He's made it. He can say whatever the hell he wants.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes struggle with the podcast formats where they're interviewing like celebrities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like my favorite podcasts are, well, maybe we mimicking it, but it's like just two people with good chemistry, just chatting. Like you can tell it wasn't like overly scripted or we're not trying to learn or get smarter.
100%. That's what I loved about it is like they were kind of all over the place, but in a great way,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, anyways, what was your high this week?
I thought about it. I was like, what was the high of my whole week? And the thing that came to me first was last Tuesday was just a long ass day. It was like partnerships that I'm waiting on and
Mm-hmm.
different things that work. Just like it felt like sloggy.
Yeah.
And I just had a long day. And at the end of it, I went into the kitchen to cook a dinner. I had the worst attitude you could imagine. This does turn a corner into a high.
Sound right. That doesn't
Yeah, that
sound
doesn't
right.
sound right. But I was like so uninspired by my grocery list. And I just called an audible at like 5:30. And I was like, you know what? I could power through some lame healthy meal here and go to bed and this entire day sucks. Or I could change the trajectory of my Tuesday.
I mean, you hit us with
So,
pizza combos already. What'd you have?
well, I just grabbed the kids who were, kind of tired and like kind of annoying and wanting to watch TV. And I was just like, they were bugging me. Chris
Yeah,
came
like,
in
let's
with
get
his
out.
slow walk. And I was just like, we're moving, we're changing scenery, we're going. So we went to the driving range at
Oh,
5:30.
fun. Yeah.
And then we went to a Mexican restaurant in a strip mall.
Oh,
We
yeah. The
nailed it.
best kind.
Totally.
Honestly,
we
if you're
ended
well, you go,
Oh,
you go.
I was just gonna say, we ended the day with my kids yelling, "Best day ever." So I was
I love
like,
that. You turned
yeah,
it around.
we turned a corner.
Well, I was just gonna say, honestly, like cheese dip and like a margarita, nothing can be so bad that can't turn it around. I
100
love cheese dip and a margarita.
Oh, it just and I felt like it was almost a date. My kids are 8 and 6, so it's like they were fun
Yeah.
and,
You're in the
the
sweet
place
spot.
sweet spot, baby. They
Yeah.
had crowns and, kid
Mhm.
menus. They were busy doing word searches
I would like to just take a side note that you just said crowns as well.
instead of crayons.
Yeah, we blame this on Indiana, but my husband, every time I say crowns, I now over pronunciate because that's how we grew up saying it. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, kids, grab your crayons. Like, it's like over the other way.
Why do I have a
It's-
sinking suspicion that we could put together a montage of all the words we say incorrectly?
I think we should actually. Let's keep a note of that and do that after
Okay.
a few episodes.
One of 20,000 you guys will hear.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that's
it
good
was,
stuff.
the late, not planned 5:30 audible. I don't do that enough, honestly, especially
Yeah.
during like what I call the boring days, because it's like I'm trying to
Mhm.
be healthy. I'm trying to,
Right.
make sure we're getting routines done. I don't call enough 5:30 Mexican restaurant driving range audibles, but I'm gonna start.
Totally. Driving range is a nice touch. We did that a few times, but it's been forever. I feel like I forget about it. We need to do that.
Well, here's why I like it. You can really play it by ear. You go first of all, it's like you get outside. Chris and I both actually enjoy the driving range. So it's like, yes, you could go for a family walk. Yes, you could go for a bike ride, but like I actually want to play golf. So
Yeah.
I like it because it's like I actually want to go. So I have a good attitude.
Yeah.
The kids love it. I mean, I don't teach them anything. I just let them hack and be terrible.
They pick up on things
And
though.
And when I start to see them get, that edge, that
Yeah.
like hungry or, they start to get a little too weird, it's like, we're out. I'll leave
Yeah.
balls in the bucket. I don't need
It's
to finish
true.
it. It's like,
You can have fun
Let's go.
20 minutes. You can have fun 40 minutes. It doesn't matter.
totally.
That's
Mhm.
great. I
Yeah.
just liked when you said walk though, because I am always trying to push the agenda of a family walk. It's
Yeah.
because we grew up taking family walks. And I
Totally.
remember, I'm sure for our parents, they might have a different story, but I remember it being great. And I
Mhm.
always giggle because I think about, I was the youngest hellion on like one of those, like either the Barbie car or one of those little like low riding bikes. And I would just
Mhm.
be probably a nightmare for the parents. You would take your basketball and bounce it all the way around the block. And then our sister Sarah, lover, self-proclaimed nerd, would take her book and be reading on our walk, which is just
Yeah.
hilarious. But I have great memories. So I always am like trying to push the like, let's do it. It'll be so great. And it's right during that Zoomies time for my kids where sometimes it's great and sometimes it's not. And always my husband is like, let's not. It doesn't seem right. And I'm like, let's just push it. And every time we push it, I look over, he's carrying a child and a bike, and we're like a mile away. He's sweating, giving me the look. I'm like, sorry.
I
Next
just don't
time.
think you're quite there yet.
Yeah.
You still have the little, and she's
Yeah.
vulnerable in the dusk hours, you know?
It's true.
I will say for us, I have had success recently with very small, stay close to home. You don't want to get your mile out
Too
can't turn
far,
around.
right.
You
Yeah,
gotta
too
just
far.
I'd rather do 3 loops around our neighborhood than
I think that's the
a
mistake
there and
we've
back.
made. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But fresh air post dinner. We either do a walk. I act like we do this all the time. We don't. Most of the time we're every once in a while.
I love it though when you do.
I do too.
You get credit.
But we also will do a post, this is real California, but we'll do a post dinner little swim. Pop in.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you do have a pool, so that's nice. Are you at your pool or are you going to?
No, if it's post dinner, we're just at our pool,
Yeah.
quick dip. The kids
That's
love Marco
nice.
Polo, and it's actually pretty sweet. So we kind of have, again, a good little family moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can transition them into the shower, like,
Yeah.
to me, very easily. They know
Easier.
how to do that post shower,
Yeah.
post pool, quick shower.
Listen, I'm happy for you. That sounds like my absolute nightmare. Just because I have 1.5 kids that can't swim. You know, like we're almost there, and it's
Yeah.
like that is just like all of a sudden my neck hairs went up, and I'm on high alert. And you just talked about going to the pools.
Yeah.
Charming.
Not there
Yeah,
yet.
not there yet. Not there.
Yeah. So, anywho, what's your low?
My low is a little bit set for the future. I'm so upset. We have a Sage work retreat next week. I'm super excited about the retreat. It's great. Everything we're doing is going to be super fun. But I'm very, very bummed because it is Spirit Week for the kids at school. And I couldn't tell you how many things are in this week. It was like we planned it a while ago. There was nothing on the calendar. And now it's like we have every day is Spirit. You know, you have to dress
Yeah.
up in a particular theme. Tuesday, Lola has her field trip, which I usually chaperone. They have the cake off where the kids make a cake and they decorate it, and it's in a competition for the school. You know, Friday is a particular day into a fest. It's just like I'm missing all of it. Oh, and there's
Yeah.
like a cheer camp on Tuesday night. It's just like we somehow in selecting this date myself was like, this is the perfect week. Let's do it. Into this is the worst week I could have chosen. So I'm a little like just having a low that I'm going to miss all these things. And I'm still getting them all set up. Like I'm buying all the cake things and I'm getting all their clothes laid out for the Spirit stuff just to like help out Phil. So I'm like doing all the work, but I don't get any of the benefits of it next week. So I'm just a little like, wah, wah,
That's a
wah.
total bummer. I was just giggling thinking of Phil halfway through a cake, like, God
I
damn
know.
it, Anne.
The only thing that might save me is the cake thing is kind of cute. Like we have no skill sets. And you see when you're dropping off your cake in the competition that there are parents that just take this over, right? Like the parents take it over and that thing looks like it's been in, you know, Bake Squad on TV. Like it's like this is not that's your kid didn't do that and I know it and you know it. But
Yeah.
anyways,
We all
That's
know
it.
it.
yeah, that's either here nor there. So it's kind of like let the kids do what they want and like try to buy things that they can put on the cake to make it a success. But I've always done it, so it will be interesting. Phil's good at that kind of stuff though. Like he has a secret talent where like he's always made the kids' birthday cakes. So
I
like
didn't know that.
yeah. He had this thing. The last year we got lazy and we bought like cupcakes.
Yeah.
But he always is, you know, he did like Oscar
Okay.
the Grouch one year and Cookie Monster
great.
one year.
Let's see him
and-
rise. Let's see a dad rise to the occasion. Let's go, Phyllis.
Here we go. I'll
That's what I call him.
Phyllis. He loves that. He really
I'm sure he
loves it.
does.
Anyways, so woe is me. You'll hear me next week in my
Oh, I'm excited already to hear the daily grind. I will say,
Exactly.
we had Spirit Week this week.
mm-hmm.
I think you're doing the right thing, which is
By
getting out of
weekly?
Dodge. Yeah. Every morning, my kids have called an audible and then changed the game plan, which that's partially poor parenting on my part. I should have held the line, but like the first day was career dress like what you want to be when you grow up. We had outfits laid out the night before. We're 20 minutes out from the bus arriving the next morning, and they both are like, I don't want this. I want something else. So I was like,
you caved.
I caved. And maybe I should have just pushed them tears down the face onto the bus. But I was like, okay, I can be flexible. It's fine. It's fine. So Calvin was like, wanted to be a construction worker, which was so cute. We had like a really cute outfit. Then he decides, I want to be a professional basketball player. So I'm like, okay, that's not hard either. Let me just kind of make this work. But we were like scrambling. And of course, I
Right.
couldn't find the shorts that matched the jersey. Da, 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 da. Grace was going to be a professional basketball player. She deviates to fashion designer, which is like, it's hard to make that work.
Right.
You
and
won't
know what
it
you
is.
are. Right. Right.
And so that required some real creativity. So long story short, we get them out the door. They look fine. Hashtag fine.
Right.
They would have looked cuter in their previous outfits that we
Of
planned.
course. Of course. It was too planned.
So then I'm like, okay, got him out. We're good. Day one, Spirit Week down. Then I get a call from my really good friend. Kate, you don't want to
Oh,
see
no.
that call right at the beginning of school. You know something's gone off the rails.
Yeah.
I have Cal. He's upset. You forgot his finger split.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, God. And of course, I have a meeting. So I'm like, okay, I'll run it over. But he was just like, we just didn't get our blocking and tackling done.
Yeah.
So on one hand,
You deviated from the plan. That never goes well. It
never goes well. Never goes well. Yeah. So anyways, maybe you're fine missing Spirit Week.
It's true. There's so much going on in the week that I'm like kind of just like curious to see how Phil handles it. I'm trying to set some stuff up, not just the clothes, but like, a parent helping us drop Lola back off after cheer camp, like trying to set up some logistical things for him to make it easier, but it's going to be a doozy.
Mm-hmm. Although I'm like, not to make a feminist point here, but like, he's hardly setting you up for success when you're traveling. Like,
well, it's true. He goes out of town tomorrow through Monday, so it's kind of
See?
like, yeah.
I mean, let him figure it out.
It's true. Well, he is. He'll be great. I'm actually sure if he was on this right now, he would say, "Can you just not help me? Like it's better if I just do it." Like I think I'm helping.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go rogue.
Helping is in real air quotes there.
Right. All the clothes I lay out, none of them are gonna be on them next week. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
totally.
Yeah. Anyways. Well, what is your low this week?
Well, I mentioned the finger split, which I realized I haven't discussed, but a week ago Friday, Cal was transitioning from the elementary school to his aftercare, and they pick him up in a 15-passenger van that's, a little rickety. And the very lovely preschool teacher accidentally closed his hand in the van door that I know you have to like whip pretty good to get those doors
Yeah.
closed. So he got second, third, and fourth fingers smashed up real good.
Oh, that's
And
brutal.
yeah, so I picked him up immediately, took him to urgent care. He broke his middle finger. He lost his index fingernail.
Ugh.
And here's what I will say about that. Like, obviously, she felt horrible. She was like in tears talking to me about it. I have no ill will towards them. They have been absolutely wonderful. And so that's life. Hashtag life. But I realized 4 days after the event, like my baseline anxiety level was pretty high. And I kept thinking, oh, it's work stuff. And oh, I got a lot going on this week. And after I like kind of sat and processed it, I was like, actually, what is elevating my anxiety level is Calvin's well-being in his little hand.
Yeah. I mean, it's awful to see your kid like
I
hurting
know.
for a finger. I mean, yeah, you get a splint, but you can't do anything about it. It's
can't do
awful. It's like
anything.
you just have to write it out. And that's hard for a 6-year-old.
Well, and like he has the most expressive, sad face you can imagine. I almost want to post a picture because it's just like, it's heartbreaking to even witness. And a lot of people have commented on it, but like his sad face can take anyone to their knees. Like, it's just devastating.
It's a Sarah McLachlan
It's a
commercial in his
total, yeah,
eyes.
he's such a sad puppy. He's such a sad puppy. The other thing is back in April, he got his tonsils out, and it was the tonsillectomy from hell, honestly.
Yeah.
He had 2 post-op hemorrhages that required, like, very scary ambulance rides
Right.
and ER visits, and somewhere in that, he got traumatized, and he has now a horrible association with pain medicine, like just Tylenol, children's ibuprofen.
Like he just won't take it. He won't swallow it.
He
or
will not take it. And that
Mhm.
happened back then. He would not take the pain meds. He was just, grinding down on this pain. But like in his mind, the medicine was linked to like this blood shooting out of his mouth.
Yeah. Well, and if that hurts after that area hurts after your surgery, you don't want to swallow anything, especially medicine. Yeah, I get it.
But then, flash forward to finger smashed in door, pain meds would have taken the edge off for him, and he
Mhm.
absolutely refused. So all weekend, he's just miserable. And I'm like,
Mhm.
and I kept trying to sneak it into things, I go on the interwebs and it gives me all these ideas of like, take the powdered ibuprofen and put it into a smoothie.
Right.
And literally because of the tonsillectomy, he was on to me, but he kept being like, does this have medicine in it? Did you try to hide medicine in here? It's like, I can't lie to his face. Like
Yeah.
and then one time
You're trying
I
to
made him
pull like a Seinfeld's wife who had that recipe book on putting vegetables in everything, and the kids sniffed it out right away.
totally. I tried to make him popsicles. He goes, does this have medicine? And I go, yeah, a little bit, but it will taste just like grape juice or whatever. And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, and I was like, oh gosh.
That
So
was creative, though. The popsicle, I wouldn't have even thought about. That's a good one.
I'm at like a PhD level of how to sneak pain meds into food at this point. I failed, so I'm a
Yeah.
dropout, but I
Yeah.
have tried everything the internet suggested. And then if I tell my friends undoubtedly, they're like, what about this? What about this? I'm like, bitch, please. That was level
that was
1.
2
That
weeks
was
ago.
that
Yeah.
was some April trials. I'm on advanced baked goods, and like, don't even try me with that. I was about to give him a suppository in the middle of the night. That's where we were at the first time. So
Yuck. Well, it's also just like, things you never thought you'd be doing for one. Like, yeah, it's like,
100%.
okay. I am now trying to figure out how to sneak medicine into a human. Like, did you ever think that was going to be a problem for you before parenting?
Well, one thing too, I don't know if you do this, but then I was hard on myself. Like, I was like,
Of course.
my talk track in my head was like, don't be so anxious. This is just fingers. He'll be fine. Like, you're overreacting. Like,
Right.
in the grand scheme of things, I was doing all the things to kind of beat myself up about being anxious about his hand.
Right.
So anyways, it took me 4 days to realize I was anxious about I kind of knew, but I was like, that really is the core of this. I was making it about everything else, but like that was at the core. And then
Right.
once I kind of went through that and started being a little bit nicer to myself about like, of course you're anxious. Like, your poor little guy's not doing well. Like, you're only as good as your worst kid. And
It's true. I like that line.
so
I never thought
I
about that.
processed it and doing better. Also, he's doing better. Although if you forget the finger splint, that's a real
Yeah.
parenting F in
Yeah.
my book.
That's right.
So I beat
That's right.
myself up a little bit more on Monday, but
Well, I'm
We're through
glad
it.
he's
We're
getting
through
a
it.
little bit better. The first week is just the worst. So,
oof. Yeah.
and look, I always think about, when a kid is hurt, like I think about that pain. It's like, I would be miserable. I would be the one like moping around with the finger split. Like, that's just the throbbing pain of a finger down is no good.
Yeah, I know. Well, and then not to continue here, but he really wanted to play
But
soccer.
to continue. Yeah.
But to carry on until this has gone on too long. So Chris and I chatted. We're like, soccer should be fine. He doesn't use his hand. Like, it should be okay. So we wrapped it all up and he played in a soccer game and he was so excited. He did great. And then at the end, we made it all the way through and I was so happy that he got to do something. And at the very end where they like go through and hit each other's hand,
Oh
his
no, in the
coach-
celebration?
in the post game good
Yeah.
games.
Oh man.
the coach goes, everybody put your right hand out, because he's yelling at a whole line. Calvin puts his bad hand out. Every kid smacks it. He comes over like,
Oh
and I was
no.
like, how did I not think of that? How did I not catch that? Like,
Reset.
I was like, baby, you don't have to use that hand for anything. Don't listen to, he said, the coach said we had to use our right hand. I
Of
was like,
course, he's
oh
a
my
rule
God.
follower. Well, you told me that story, just that he reheard it and that he really wanted to play. I thought it was basketball this whole time. I don't know why. And I was thinking to myself, I mean, of course he's gonna hurt his finger at basketball. Like, I mean, poor kid. Now that I know it was soccer, way better story. And now that I know it was the celebration afterwards,
I know.
I see how that could happen.
But this is the mental load. This is
Yeah.
the like and I failed a few of these recently, but it's like
Yeah.
I should have seen that coming.
Well,
So, anyways. All right, let's get into the meat. What do you got for us today? It's your topic.
all right. So I have a very good topic. It'll kind of be all over the place a little bit, I think, or it could take us down different paths. But
Okay. Shocking.
the general the general topic,
Okay.
is something that you and I kind of talk about a little bit from a work perspective. But it is that all of these parenting accounts out there and even media coverage around parenting and like parenting with kids and technology is all around fear tactics and scaring us or the guilt of just we're doing something wrong. Like
100%. Oh my
the
God.
like put your phone down because your kids are learning from you type of guilt. And it's heavy. And I feel like, it just is a topic that we can really dive into because one, it's not good for us as parents to kind of consume all that. And two, it's not good for our mental health. Like it's affecting our own mental health. And I'm not sure it's actually helping me parent at all by getting tips and things in that way. Now, there are accounts out there that really do have great tips, but just that like going after the fear of the parent or the guilt, it just ain't it. And it's
Well,
so
show me any mother. Show me one mother who's not already nervous about her kids
100%.
and already feeling a little guilty about some trade-off in her life.
Right.
Working, not working,
Right.
doing too many activities, not doing enough activity. Like that is so innate to the experience of motherhood. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm feeling quite fired up about this. And it seems
Yeah.
like it's reaching a fever pitch. I don't know if it's lately I just am noticing it more.
Well, I think
But
a lot of the research you and I done for Sage
maybe
is
that's it.
around this. So I think we're even getting more target marketed for it. That's what I think is happening. But I'm talking to my friends about this too who are doing it because all mothers specifically, but parents in general, are following some of these accounts. And again, there are some good tips along the way. And I get it. From a marketing standpoint, you do catch people's attention with a fear story or a quick hitter that's like, oh, am I doing that? Or what can I learn to not do that? But it just feels very overwhelming right now. And it's hit a point for me that I'm like, I can't handle it anymore. And it's really not good for me as a parent.
Totally.
And
The
I
ones
just
that
kind
have
of
got
wanted
me-
to talk through it.
The ones that have really irritated me lately, and maybe everyone's getting this, or again, maybe it's because of my algorithm is honing, but it's like, don't ask your kid how their school day went. Like, that's not a good prompt. Or the other one is like, are you still asking your kids what their high and low was at dinner?
Right.
Like, use these.
I actually saw that one the other day. I was like, yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, give me a freaking break. That's how I feel. Like,
100%.
what, like,
Like
ugh.
now you're going to like, we're talking to our kids.
Even that's not good enough?
Right. We're not doing it in the right way. Like
Yeah.
the say this versus that, gentle parenting. A lot of the gentle parenting ones are getting me with the like this versus that, right? Like not everything we say as humans is going to be perfect. And so they really hone in on this like, don't say this, say it this way. And then you like are overthinking. It's like at the end of
100%.
the day, just love your kid. Make sure you're communicating with your kid. Have them try to feel open to be able to communicate with you. and like create that environment for sharing. But it's like beyond that, I just think it's like I can't keep track of what I'm supposed to say or
Well,
like
here's what I want to say about this. I truly believe the root cause of this is the business model of social media. And what I mean by that is I don't care if it's Instagram, I don't care if it's TikTok, I don't care if it's Snapchat, like they're all the same. They have incentives to keep you on there as long as possible because the longer you're on there, the more ads they serve you, the more ads they serve you, the more money they make.
right.
So they at their core will continue this ad-based business model that is geared towards addiction and overconsumption.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that's related here is because to break through the noise in that ecosystem, you have to, like on the bell curve of content, you got to move to the edges to break through the noise and go viral or hit their algorithm or like say something controversial or use a fear tactic. Like the content that's sort of like boring or like the same thing, like instead of telling your kid, how was your day? Like you could have that exact same piece of advice in a like more boring
Different
format,
way,
which is
right.
like, try these prompts if your kid's clamming up. Like
Right.
that
Instead
is
of
the
being
same
like,
content.
parents who say this are wrong. You
Right.
know, like you
Instead
are
of making it edgy,
right.
you could say the same thing. Or like, hey, if you're kind of getting stale with highs and lows, like here's a couple other ideas. Like
Mm-hmm. Right.
that's positive content that doesn't
Right.
guilt you. It's the same thing. But again, because of the incentives of social
Right.
media, that doesn't break through the noise. And these influencers are really
It's their
understanding
living.
the psyche.
Yeah.
That's their
Right.
livelihood. So like
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them for following the incentives. I really
Right.
don't. I
Right.
blame the incentive structure themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
it just drives fear. And I
Yeah.
do think we're the first generation. I'm an older millennial, which is like kind of painful in terms of
Brutal.
the term. I think you're more squarely
Yeah, I'm right in the
millennial.
middle of millennial.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I feel
okay.
good about that, I guess.
But it's like our whole motherhood journey has been infused with that fear content.
Right.
And I actually do think you're seeing it. Like in all these interviews we did, it's like parents, our generation, have a ton of fear about the safety of their kids because social media has pumped us through with fear stories of child abductions and crime and everything
We
else.
would always, as like just when you become a parent, there's something that changes for you. So like there is already a level of, and it's worse for others than it is, not everyone has it to the degree that, I do. But like I would already be anxious or already be thinking worst case scenarios just because like I kind of pivoted to like, oh my gosh, this child relies on me to live and like I have to keep it alive. Like that's a big thing. A lot of
Yeah.
people do it, but it's a big thing.
It's
And so
actually
like I
life or
do think,
death.
yeah, right. So it is like that just comes naturally. And they're just poking it and adding salt to the wound to make it so much bigger. And it's like, I always giggle a little bit because my friends and I will get together and we kind of always end up at the end of the night at some point talking about like, am I crazy or do you think this way too? And we found out we're all crazy. We're all thinking like, yeah, I stay up at night thinking about this for my kids or how to do it this way or
You
whatever.
mean like fatalistic thinking or what?
Not just fatalistic. I mean, in sometimes, yes, but mostly just like, just anxious about whatever the issue your kid is going through right now times 10. Like you just constantly
Just overly
are
anxious.
overly anxious and overly analyzing the situations with your kids in every moment to try to just be there or fix it. And it's just, it's funny. We're all like, yeah, no, I'm up at 3 a.m. thinking about how I can, help my child figure out how to deal with this issue at school with a friend. Or I'm, are they or aren't they doing good at school? Like at homework, we're struggling a little bit. Are they doing that in the classroom? Like
yeah,
it's just
totally.
constant. It's like no matter what stage you're in, even when they're little, it's constantly like, is my kid talking enough at this age?
Right.
You're comparing yourself to other people. And social media has made that comparison so much worse that it's just like, it feels overwhelming with how much more I feel that way because I'm consuming content like that.
I know I send you a million links. I have a feeling you do not click through and read some of the
About
articles.
58%.
I don't know if you saw one that I forwarded you a couple weeks ago, but the U.S. Surgeon General actually released a report on parent anxiety. And it was like, again, he's calling for mass changes, but like this is reaching epidemic levels in terms of the number of parents who feel and are reporting really high levels of anxiety. And I think, not to oversimplify it to this is only social media's problem, I truly believe shootings at schools is like a
Right.
legitimate cause for parent
Mhm.
anxiety and is a factor. I think the lack of support on paid maternity leave. I think honestly, just when the economy gets tight, I think moms really take on that burden to figure out like how we're going to make it all work. So it's like, I don't want to oversimplify it and be like, oh, if we fix social media, all these other
Right.
problems would completely go away.
But it's definitely adding to it. That
It's
is for sure.
exacerbating it for
Because
sure.
all those topics you're talking about are also being consumed at the same time through social media. So,
And like right before bed too. It's like
oh
I
yeah,
got absolutely rocked that week of the Georgia school shooting. I'm sure
right.
every mother in the country did, but there was like that text thread going around on social
Mhm.
media between the kid at school and the mom, and like,
Mm.
oh my God, it like took me out. It like I had horrible dreams for 2 nights.
Yes.
I was so worried about like my kids' school safety.
Yeah,
And
you didn't want to drop them off at school. You just have no control. You feel like
yeah.
it feels helpless is what it does. It does. And as the mom, you're always trying to figure out how to fix things or how to do things. And in that particular situation, it feels helpless, truthfully.
100%. I will say though, going back to the original prompt and not like veering too much,
Right.
there's probably a whole session we could do on this topic if we ever wanted to. It's kind of dark,
Yeah.
but the capitalization on that is what really
Mhm.
kind of boils my blood.
Right.
And um, I don't know, like fear works. That's the thing that it's like, you know, I believe in capitalism. Like I understand these people trying to make a dollar. But it's like, it also works, and I think it drives more action than if you did the boring version of it, but at the same time, like, I totally wanna reject that world order, and I do think we might be reaching this point as a society where people are going, "I see what you're doing."
Mhm.
Um, "I
Yeah.
see that you're trying to sell me that product," and, like, next.
I think
I'm no longer influenced by that,
uh,
or
I think you're right from a product standpoint. I think we're seeing through the like, I don't need all of this because every person is making a dime on this. Like now it's almost like, I still have the people I particularly like love, and everybody has their own people that I'm like, oh, you say something and I'm pretty much going to buy it because I trust you. However,
Uh-huh,
I can see through a lot of it because everybody's pushing product, and even my
uh-huh,
podcast. On the podcast, everybody's pushing the same advertisements because I'm the target market for, it's like pop culture fun stuff. It's like we're getting hit with the same things over and over
uh-huh.
again. I'm starting to see through that. But I do think that there's still a little bit of like parents aren't seeing or realizing the effect on their own mental health they're having on consuming content that's guilting them into something they don't even know because they're just feeling guilty about it. They think they're doing something wrong. I don't think they're seeing through that as much as they should right now, that it's a tactic
Uh-huh.
to get their attention and not necessarily like facts. Like
Right. Well, and the ironic part is the more anxious the moms become, the more anxious the kids become. And the exact opposite thing that we're worrying about is coming true because we're worrying about it. It's like, I know you love to make fun of me for saying chicken and egg all the time, but like,
oh
talk about
my,
a
yeah.
chicken and egg.
Go ahead and take a sip of my coffee. Sometimes it's wine. It's a drinking game. We do every time Case says chicken and egg in a work meeting. It's a drinking game.
It's a coping mechanism for startup life.
It's a chicken and the egg problem. It's a chicken
We got
and the
another
egg.
chicken and the egg.
But no, I hear you. I'm kind of over it and done. And I just want everybody to
Yeah.
realize that, there are great tips. There are great things out there content wise that are giving us things that improve our daily life. Like I still love quick recipes or healthy recipes or quick hacks to make a grocery store run cheaper. Like all that, there's a lot of things out there that I love.
Yeah.
But I am done feeling guilty about, I want to be done, I'll say, feeling guilty about every little thing I do is wrong. I will
Can
say,
I add one more of these guilt ones that is very present for us in this space is, hey, parents, how do you expect your kids to get off screens if you're on your screen all the time?
yes, that's the biggest one right now.
And I kind of want to like scream into a black hole and yell like, this phone is giving me the flexibility to like work remotely. This
Right.
phone is allowing me to navigate the parent logistics that I must do.
Yeah, I can
This
do
phone-
pickup and drop off and go to the game and do all this stuff and be present, but I have to have the phone with me to do my job.
100%.
Yeah.
And like, are there sometimes I fall into a TikTok rabbit hole and lose 2 hours? Sure. Yeah. But a lot of the time I'm working. I also read my books on Kindle on my phone, which I know a lot of people are like, ooh, you're disgusting. But it's just, again, so convenient. And when I want to
Right.
read, like I like to have it like in my pocket at every moment. So, I spend a good amount of time reading on my phone or doing things that like to me, I'm like, I'm okay with that kind of screen time. But it's just an opportunity for other people to like judge each other, shame each other.
Right. We need to stop that. We need to
Just
stop
enough. Just freaking enough.
it. Give yourself and others grace in the parenting world. That's what I'll say. Because you never, like, every kid is different. Things are difficult and everybody has different challenges, right? It's not to say it, but just give each other grace. Not everything's going to be done exactly how, like, cookie cutter in the same way. It's
Right.
just
And it's like,
different
of course,
parenting
like,
styles.
why couldn't I create a boundary for my kids around screen time
Right.
and still use my phone more than them? Like, I have different things I need to do on my phone. Like, that seems completely reasonable to me. And yet, there's so much content out there around parents are the problem again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. I don't know. It is really, that one's triggering me right now.
Mm-hmm. I saw this is
It's
kind
like,
of
how do you think
pivoting
I'm
a
going
little
to
bit.
get all this stuff done?
Agreed. And to be present and be a great mom, you kind of, it's a luxury, honestly, for some of us to be able to work remotely and have that phone and be able to do some stuff while you're present. Like it's just, I find it to be a luxury, and when you're kind of hammering home it's a negative, it does drive me bonkers. This is a pivot, but I've been getting target marketed for this item that is just a box, as far as I can see, and you put your phone in the box. And that is to prevent you from picking up your phone and being more present. And something has gone too far. If people are purchasing a box to put their phone in, and that is how they have to, like, that is how they can stay away from their phone, that's also not great. So people are on their phone too much, obviously. Like, can't you just put it in a drawer? Why do you need a box to put it in?
In a catatonic state a week from now, you're going to buy this box and then I'm going to make fun of you.
So I can't wait to give you the review. But it is just like, I understand that as a society, we're on our phones too much. But like, it's too much. And it's not just parenting. It's also your spouse or your partner. It's like, is this you? And it's two images of people sitting on the couch on their phones instead of talking with each other. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes. And that's glorious. Like, I love talking, but sometimes we talk too much. And I would like to just be present with my partner and be on the phone doing something because the kids are finally asleep. So like, just do
Yeah.
what works for you. I kind of want to take Chris's motto for this whole thing. Do what feels good, do what works for you, and move on. Like, stop the noise and just move on.
I know. I just, yeah, I'm feeling like all fired up now. And even, I truly do wish these apps were designed to be less addictive. I believe that's a legitimate issue. And cool it with the mom guilt. Like, let's band together. Let's give each other grace. Let's do the boring thing in the middle. That's not fear-induced and that's not controversial. which is just go, yeah, here's some boring ways that I managed to do this, and like, how are you doing it? Like, can we have a conversation that's not so on edge about this with
Yeah.
judgment, with
Yeah,
I'm
give me
just
give me your tips. Give me your tricks. Just don't add a layer of judgment on me over them.
100%. Yeah. All right. We agree. We're in complete agreement, and now I'm triggered. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been we could talk about it forever, but it has been a hot topic. I'm glad we addressed it a little bit just to get on the same page.
Mhm.
Because again, there is comfort. It's like the misery loves comfort, or is that what it is?
Company.
Misery
No.
company. Misery loves comfort. Misery
Put it
loves
in the reel.
company.
Put it in the
Misery
reel.
loves company, but I need to know that other parents are feeling the same so that way I can feel better too. Because I think we need to band together to go against this and say we're not going to feel guilt. We're not going to do it. We will not do it.
Awesome. All right, let's move into the end matter stage. What's your obsession?
I have 2 obsessions today. I couldn't narrow it down because one is kind of like because it's fall. I've been doing this for a while, but when it's fall, I do it just a little bit more. But every night before bed, I set my coffee maker, and that makes me so happy because when I wake up, there's coffee brewing. But I've been putting ground cinnamon into the grounds of the coffee, and I like overdo it in the fall because the aroma is so good and it does improve the taste of the coffee, in my opinion. But it's so delightful and it's making me happy. And there's benefits. It's like I started this trick because when I had all my babies, I had gestational diabetes with all of them. And then after the baby came out, I was very much watching my blood sugars. It's just genetics. Gotta love that. But the it helps with blood sugar. It helps with anti-inflammatory. It's antioxidant. And it is also just smells good and it tastes good. So I promote adding the ground cinnamon to your ground
I kind of have
coffee.
a funny cinnamon story that just happened.
Okay. The cinnamon challenge.
Doesn't that sound like good transition, Kate? Grace on her cereal, like I make them get no sugar, like regular Life or regular Cheerios, but she likes to add cinnamon.
Yeah. That's a
And
good
I look, yeah, it adds a little something, I thought, and like again, healthy-ish.
Yeah.
So she was putting some on, but I look over and it's like way too much. It's like it's gonna taste gross, but also it's just like I don't know why, but that's too much. So I literally was like, great, that's gross, enough. And she was like, I love this much cinnamon. Like, what's wrong with it? Is it unhealthy? Is it like sugar? And I was like, I don't think so. Like I didn't actually know why so much was bad, but it didn't feel right. So I went with cinnamon's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, that's too much. Like, be reasonable.
Yeah.
And then she came up to me. She like walked around the island and came up to me real serious. And she goes, "Are we poor?" I died. I was like,
You're like,
honey,
yeah.
look around. We're fine. But
But-
also, can we be reasonable with the cinnamon?
Yeah. Also, I don't want to buy cinnamon because it is expensive. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm just
But I
picturing her
just-
though taking a big bite and it just going down her throat and coughing it up. You know the cinnamon challenge where they say you can't swallow a spoonful of cinnamon or something.
She can do it. I'm not even worried about her. You should see how much this girl can consume. But
That's
yeah, I
too
just had to
funny.
laugh. Are we poor?
Are we poor? Well, my other obsession is a TV show.
You're gonna
Yeah,
say
you-
Mormon.
Yes, I am. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I've finished it. I downloaded Hulu just for this, or got a Hulu account just for this. Everybody's been talking about it. And by everybody, I mean the fact that I follow like pop culture podcast. They've been following it.
Okay. You had not told me that you were watching this, but when I saw it on Hulu, I said, Anne will watch
And we'll
this.
watch this. Yeah.
So I literally last night watched episode 1 and
You
half of
started
episode.
it?
I
I'm so
started it.
proud of
For
you.
you. Just honestly,
Give
for
me
you.
give me like 3 sentences on just your overall vibes of episode 1.
Completely binge worthy. I will crush this in the next few days.
How I thought.
Totally
Yes.
understand the binge factor of it all.
Yes.
I feel funny in my body watching the cringe of it all. You know what I mean?
This
It's
is a
like
lot
the
of cringe.
movie.
Yeah.
It's like the Meet the Fockers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, but like I am sitting with a fair amount of cringe over here. And I wanted to ask you actually, because I know you go and watch all the Housewives and
Right.
whatever. And I'm not super into that. I watch New York, and every once in a while I'll catch an episode and like,
Yeah.
but is that part of the hook? Is like the cringe? Is everyone doing that? Is that why we're hooked here?
I think honestly, it's because I've analyzed my addiction for reality TV, and it's kind of
Yeah,
gross.
your Bravo
Like,
addiction.
yeah, my Bravo addiction. I love it, and it's some of it is so bad. I'll be in like 8 seasons or more to a show that I wanted to give up on after episode 2, but I can't. And it's the fact that I think it just makes your life seem less complex. You know, we talk
I
about
wondered if
how
that was it. Yeah.
yeah, we talk about how much goes on in our like brains all the time, and it is mindless for me. It's enjoyable. It's a guilty pleasure because I'm like, these people are unhinged. I'm doing okay, like a little bit.
Okay.
And, you know, the storylines are just, I think season 1 of everything is kind of real. So that's why I think this one was good. We'll see if season 2 comes around, if it will be as enjoyable. But it's just a little like, I can't believe that's real. And these people really care about this drama. And yet I'm addicted to it and I love to watch it.
This one is extra salacious too, because I feel like the religious
Yes.
undertones
Yeah.
really add to this. Like whoever was the producer on this one, I'm like,
100%, because it's the religious undertones with the like scandal, the soft swinging
Oh, it has to
scandal
have
that
a-
exists with it, which is just like,
that was a new term for me. I was like, also like, oh my goodness.
I didn't know there was soft swinging. I just thought there was swinging.
I think they added that to make
Yeah.
themselves feel better. But
Well, I will also say too, though, I know that they're like mostly young 20s girls on the show, but I have
well, and how
really
easy is
wanted-
that to judge? I was finding myself like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my goodness, like,
I mean,
some of them having babies at 16, and like, I'm just like,
well, if I was married in my 20s, I'd be like, no. Anybody that I dated in my 20s wouldn't have worked as my husband. Let's just say that.
I
So-
immediately wanted to started Googling like a lot of things. I'm sure everybody did, but it was like, isn't that illegal? Like, isn't that, but again, all of that was like part of the cringe. I
Mhm.
will continue to rip through this series. And when I'm done, we can have a good postmortem on all the characters.
Well, I say we plan it out where we go get hair extensions, because I was just going to say that is like, I really want hair extensions now because I'm just watching them all with this like absolute.
and for me, I have the exact opposite reaction, which is like,
You don't want it. I'm like, give me the hair extensions. I'm going to go like, I just, my vice is not soda, but now I want to go drink soda and like put hair extensions in. And I don't know. That's next podcast. If I have long locks, you're going to know why.
I will say I have a little personal baggage with the LDS community, only because I sold my last business to a company in Salt Lake that was very Mormon in the executive team, and it was a mixed bag experience. But I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but like it brings up a lot of things, and I think particularly like the tone of like, oh, we're going to beat the patriarchy, and like there is something hooky about these women stepping out of their
Right.
small role
Mm-hmm.
to be the breadwinner, to do something a little edgy that
Right.
you're rooting for. So it's like,
Right.
and that really
Against
hit me
the
based
grain,
on my
against-
lived
yeah.
experience. Yeah. So it was like, I was just like, okay, how am I both rooting for them,
Right.
cringing at them? Like
Mhm.
that is
They
the
do
sauce,
a good
right?
job. They do a good job with that. It's true. Like when you
Also,
first
whoever
hear,
did the B-roll, with the drone footage over the church,
oh yes,
and
I-
then right as soon as they're talking about soft swinging, it will zoom in on like a Jesus picture in their home,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, this is
gold.
chef's kiss.
Yeah. Producer gold. It is interesting to me that like you hear the story before you watch it, and you're like, particularly the main one, Frakey or whatever her name
No,
is.
Taylor,
It's like,
right?
Taylor, but her last name is Frankie. Taylor.
Oh, excuse
Taylor.
me.
Yeah, something. Taylor Frankie Paul or
Okay.
something.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh my, she's gonna be unbearable. And then you watch it and you're like, I'm rooting for her. Like they, didn't see that coming. For
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hope the best.
So
for
let
these
me get
women.
let me get all the way through it. And maybe we'll do a part 2 of
Okay.
this.
Love it. So, anyways,
Okay.
that's a true obsession.
And that's how well I knew you. I watched it before you told me because I was like, this is gonna
You
be.
knew I was gonna try to get you to
I
do that one
knew
with me.
that had you written all over it.
Yeah, I've crushed it all the way through.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
What's
cool.
your
Let me
what's
catch
your
up.
obsession?
Maybe this is a little too on brand as well because it's another book. Okay, but I want everyone to download the Libby app if they don't. This is a library app. You can get free books at any time. What
You've
a
made me
treat.
download it. Yeah.
But you haven't read one book, but that's fine.
I have one
Um,
downloaded, ready to go.
I also love this authors because they're two best friends, one named Christina, one named Lauren, whose pen name is Christina Lauren.
Okay.
And
Love
they
it.
write sexy romance books. And the books are all good. I haven't found one that they've written that I've really hated. Some are better
Mhm.
than others, but like mostly you could rip through their entire catalog and it's a complete treat.
Yeah.
And I just finished one called Paradise Problem. Completely delicious. Rip through it. So fun. Great characters. They have like a good, strong woman in most of
Yeah.
them,
I love
which
that. Yeah.
who's
Mhm.
also not like center of the fairway. They're,
Mhm.
they're quirky or they're this. And it's like, that recipe works for me for
Yeah.
sure. And the men
Right.
are always like incredibly hot. And it's like,
Of
that
course.
also.
And they're
works for
like
me.
somehow miraculously attracted to the average woman who has strong views one way or the other. I always
They
find
make
that
their
great.
women like pretty hot, like in a world
Okay.
where I like have reinvented myself as,
This
something
said
in
person.
that vein.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Right.
big personality, but also super hot.
Right.
All of that works. Their recipes work.
Mhm.
So Paradise Problem, go read through it. Thank me later. But I wanted to say my obsession is thinking through these two best friends, writing this spicy content to each other.
My brain went there before you even said it. I was already thinking like, how does that work? Do they sit there and like
I don't
talk
know.
about these steamy scenes and write? Does one go and type and the other one's typing it up?
Is one like the sexing expert and one's the like character development person?
Yeah. Love that.
Or I gotta know how they do it. I want to know.
Yeah.
So Christina
I'm
Lauren,
intrigued.
go on a podcast. I'll listen to you. Come on here. Tell us your secrets. We're obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with you.
I need to know. I need to know the secret sauce behind that.
Uh-huh. But thinking of these two besties doing that brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah, that's fun.
All
Good
right,
one.
let's wrap
Great
it.
one.
Okay.
All
Went a
right.
little long. I think we got long-winded in the middle, kept repeating ourselves because we felt strongly about it, but
Naturally.
natch.
Won't be the last time.
All right. Love you, sis. Lilas. Bye.